So you've made it this far. You've reached a big milestone. You've got the offer in hand. Now what? Hopefully you have more than one offer in hand. That's always the best case scenario, and especially from a negotiation perspective. But the objective really is to determine if the offer or which offer is right for you. And it's going to be based on your most important wants and needs. A lot of people make the mistake early on in their career of who's going to make the highest offer. That's the position I'm going to take. And they don't think about all the other things like healthcare costs, PTO. Do I have flexible work from home time? What's the culture like? Are they growing? I'd rather get in with a high growth company at a little less salary than a company that's just barely putting along with a higher salary. And so you need to be thinking about the criteria that matters the most to you, right? So it's you, and if you have a family, you got to understand that. So first of all, you want to conduct and understand your financial baseline. This kind of gets back to basic 101 budgeting, but you've got to know that number that it takes for you to get by in terms of paying your bills and thrive and, meeting your life, your personal life situation. And again, if you have a family, settling for anything else is risky, and you should never consider that unless you're in a good place financially. Last thing you want to do is be spending more on bills than you're bringing in. So got to meet the financial baseline. You've got to investigate the marketplace too. You want to run some searches on, if you Google salary calculators, you'll find all kinds of awesome tools out there where you, especially if you're relocating, you need to understand the cost of living. We're working on searches right now, in in extremely high cost living areas, and candidates are pulling up the calculators. And if they didn't do that and they went on the job, took it, they could be in a bad place because some areas are a lot more expensive than others. So you need to understand that. Analyze the details. I recommend, if you're a supply chain professional, you're probably pretty savvy with Excel. You want to get that out and, put in all the different variables, go through the offer package and write everything down in Excel. And make sure it answers some of the common check boxes. Does the job entail the work I really enjoy doing and that I'm good at? Is the company growing at a good rate? Are they financially stable? We saw all kinds of, bad things happen during the pandemic, and a lot of companies are no longer around. And then a lot of people had to make, sudden job moves, or they found themselves, unemployed. So you want to make sure they're stable and they're growing is ideal. If it's a turnaround situation, that's different. Sometimes people look at that as an opportunity to help, to get a company back on track. So that's okay. Those are a little riskier, but, sometimes it provides a big reward at the end. Do they have the right culture that I can thrive in? It's extremely important to be able to work for people that are like-minded, that you can get along with, collaborate with, and so forth. Do you like the person that you're going to be reporting to? Are they a good leader? Are they going to take good care of you? Are they going to focus on developing you? Is the benefits package going to meet your needs? Healthcare costs are continue to rise. Again, you sometimes you walk into a situation, you can pay more on the back end with healthcare costs, even if you get a good salary. So make sure you understand that. Will it positively impact the knowledge, skills, experience, and my marketability? And then what are the opportunities for career advancement? So you want to look at those and evaluate it and force rank those. What's the most important for me? Again, healthcare costs, if PTO is important, understand that. Premiums, copays, deductibles, all of those things are important. You want to understand not just the salary, but the short-term incentive. Can that incentive be paid out above 100% if I really blow it out of the water performance-wise? How is it measured? Is it tied to an individual, or is it company performance? So you want to understand the baseline there, and then look, where the real value in terms of wealth can be generated is with the long-term incentive. So you want to get the form of equity. Is there equity? Is it stock options? Is it restricted stock units? Is it performance shares? So you want to understand those things because they are very, very different. And then, ultimately you want to make sure you understand the vesting schedule. Look at the financial health of the company. Again, the stock could be worthless if the company's not doing well. So keep those things, on a list, force rank them in order of most important to least important. And you want to do the company reputation check. Again, check on Glassdoor, Yelp. Take it with a grain of salt, just to try to get at least a data point there. If you got any connections in the company or even people that worked there in the past, reach out to them and get a sense of what it was like to work there. Because some companies will paint a rosy picture and we'll find out on the back end that it's not really what they all said. So calculate your earnings potential, add all this up in Excel and, kind of look at the guardrails. At a bare minimum, I should make this, but I could potentially go way up here if I hit these goals. So understand that as well. And then, vacation's important, all these other perks, and you want to factor those in as well. After that, you're basically going to make a decision, accept, decline, or negotiate.